When creating a self-running presentation, one thing you might consider doing to save yourself some time and effort down the road is to plan out the presentation, the slides, sections, the order, etc. Sometimes it's called storyboarding, and that's what we're going to do in this movie. We'll be creating a self-running presentation using a fictitious company that deals in landscape design. So obviously, the very first thing that will happen when people arrive at a kiosk, whether it's interactive or not, they'll see the very first slide, the home slide. Automatically, they'll go on to the next slide, which may branch out into different areas. Now, if nobody's able to touch a thing on screen, there's no mouse controls, automatically after a certain amount of time, they'll arrive at the very first section on landscape design. There may be multiple slides in that section. They'll see each of the slides in order and automatically move on to section 2. We're going to do a water and garden feature section. They'll see some slides there and then automatically move on to the last section on hardscaping. After they've viewed each of those slides, they'll move on to the very last slide where they'll see some contact information. What happens next? Automatically, the slideshow repeats or loops around back to the beginning. The home slide appears, and the whole process begins again. Now, that's if there's no interactivity, but we'll want to build in some interactivity, probably on the branching slide, where we'll give them an opportunity to go directly to section 2 or 3. So in that case, we want to build in some clicks or touches on a touchscreen that will allow users to go to section 1 or jump right to section 2, or even go directly to section 3. And from there, we may want to make it possible for them to go back to this branching slide. So if they did start at section 3, they can go back and select section 1 or 2. Eventually, though, at the end of section 3, they'll go to the contact information if they let the timings run its course and automatically loop around back to the beginning. So with our plan in mind, our storyboard, it's going to save us some time and effort when we start adding our slides and building in that interactivity.